Switzerland, not only famous for its Alps, but also the home of chocolate, Heidi, yodel, and watches. Consumers around the world desire the Swiss watches for their quality, robustness, and preciseness. But it has not always been a walk in the park for the Swiss watch industry. The Swiss dominated the watch industry for over 100 years, but ran into problems during the 70s for several reasons. To stave off a disaster during the Great Depression in the 1920s, the Swiss watchmakers consolidated in two large consortia, a move which in later years reduced the competition and delayed the introduction of new inventions. For example, the Swiss invented the quartz movement, but did not act quickly enough to take advantage of the new technology, as they overlooked the potential of the inexpensive watch market. A driving factor was the Swiss conception of the watch as a finely crafted piece of functional jewelry. By 1980s, Hong Kong had become the center of inexpensive digital quartz watches, producing over 126 million units annually, only a couple of years after its market entry. It was time to find the guru that would change the trend. Nicholas Hayek developed a reputation of a keen strategic thinker internationally. He was asked by a group of Swiss bankers to formulate a strategy to deal with the changing market conditions of the watch industry. Hayek strongly believed that the Swiss watch industry could remain competitive, and he recommended the merger of ESUAG and SSIH, the two biggest watch companies in Switzerland. He later became chairman of the board of directors, as well as chief executive officer in 1986, and later changed the company name to the Swatch Group. The Swatch product has played a crucial role in the success of the group, as well as the comeback of the Swiss watch industry on the world market. This plastic-made quartz watch, manufactured in Switzerland, was launched in 1983 as the thinnest watch in the world and experienced growing popularity the coming years. One important success driver was the playful design of the product that, in combination with the affordable price, made consumers buy several to mix and match. Swatch was redesigned to achieve manufacturing efficiency with fewer parts to a lower cost, and thereby succeeding in recapturing entry-level market share that was lost in the 1960s and the 1970s. The launch of the brand resulted in a revival of analog watches at a time when digital watches had achieved wide popularity. The innovative Swatch was using synthetic material as well as a new ultrasonic welding process and assembly technology. One of the first measures adopted was centralization of the company's production of movement and parts. The objective was to concentrate the production in order to rationalize and automate. The rationalization policy had two major results. Firstly, it boosted the production capacity to 119 million units in 1998. Secondly, it let the Swatch Group regain its competitiveness on the world market through better control over production and distribution costs. The group conducted a profound rationalization of the distribution chain that was characterized by the creation of distribution companies. In addition to gaining distribution control, it was also a key element in the construction of a global network that enhanced the group brands worldwide. The financial consequence was increased autonomy as well as the end of reliance on bank capital that resulted in a very lucrative company. In 1992, Swatch celebrated its millionth watch sold and has since then continued to lead the way in the watch industry. Nowadays, the Swatch range is truly considered as a fashion item, and new collections are regularly released with some noted artists, such as Keith Haring in the past, partnering with the company to develop collector's items. The entry in the world of fashion was first further accentuated by the launch of Swatch Bijou, a jewelry line released in 2000 in collaboration with Swarovski. The Swatch Group is today the #1 manufacturer of finished watches in the world. The group also continues to develop high-tech components for the computer, telecommunication, medical application, automotive, and electronic industries. Swatch has taken advantage of the group's vast experience, know-how, and production capacities in micromechanics, microelectronics, to develop its activities in the telecommunication and internet sector, leveraging the brand's remarkable agility to transform advanced technology into successful products.